Swizzle me this, swizzle me that. It's time for the f***ing swizzle. So the swizzle. The swizzle is about an 18th, 19th century cocktail. Now, it's actually based on something, it's definitely from around the 18th century, called the Swizzle. Now, the Swizzle is made up of water, vinegar, some spice, generally ginger, and a sweetener, which would have been honey or molasses. Now, we do know that around 1909, this was definitely happening in a swizzle because there was a guy who wrote a very short titled book, and please bear with me on this one because it's a long one, short title my ass. Beverages Past and Present, an historical sketch of production by a guy called Edward Emerson. Now, he describes how they made this drink by putting it all together and then swizzling it all up. Now, the alcohol version of the swizzle was actually documented around the 1920s by a guy called Frederick Albion, who basically went around and did a guide to both the West Indies, Bermuda, and Panama. And he talks about how in the great ice houses, they used to mix up a combination of liqueurs, rums, water, and sugar, and possibility of mint, we don't know, and then swizzle it all up. Okay, now the thing is, in the past, the swizzle stick, which sort of looks like this, in the past it was actually made from a particular type of tree. Now, please bear with my Latin on this one. It's been over 25 years since I've done Latin, but is the Caipirinha turbinata, that's the technical term of it. Now, actually what's so unique about this particular tree was it also gave off a kind of spice to the actual drink while you're also swizzling it. And that's one of the arguments where I think we add a bit more Angostura bitters now to our swizzles, okay? And then also, two little side note stories for this one. One, supposedly at the first ever cocktail party in London by a guy called Alec Waugh, who was a famous novelist of the time, around 1924, the swizzle was one of the cocktails there. Also, it also seems that according to Bermuda, not just the dark and stormy being the national drink, it's also supposedly the swizzle. Okay, we'll see about that one. And it's actually, according to Bermuda and a place called the Swizzle Inn, that they created the swizzle in 1932. Okay, beg to differ on that one. But here we go, swizzling. It's a little bit of a so it depends on whether or not you have a swizzle stick. And they're not always like this, they're all differing shapes and sizes, so it's a little annoying. So you want to try and make sure you've got a glass that will fit one, all right? So that just about fits, okay? All right, you'll understand in a minute. Or you get a cocktail kingdom and you get something called a Swizzle cup. Now, this is where things get a little annoying because not really going to quite work unless you shave it off, and I don't really want to be doing that. So what you can do, you just do this, right? Or you churn, okay? But what we're going to do is a drink from around the late 19th century called the Queen's Park, or named after the Queen's Park Hotel in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, what you need is mint, you need lime juice, which I've got a whole lot of fresh stuff here. You need some, I use rich syrup or use simple syrup, Angostura bitters, and a nice Blanco rum. Now, generally at my bar I would use Havana, but in my home I would use this, or unless a customer asks for it. This is a plantation blend of different types of island rums from the Caribbean, and it's a Blanco, okay? So, let's make a swizzle. Let's do a Queen's Park swizzle. First off, we'll do one in a glass. So, here we go. You need 2 ounces of rum, right? Pour it in. Boom. Then I would add about just under half an ounce of sugar. Okay. Then what we do, get your mint, pick some off. I do about maybe just 12 leaves would all be needed. Okay. It's a great drink to have. If you don't have a swizzle stick, it's not the end of the world. All right, it really isn't, but it is useful to have one. So a few leaves in there. Then you get about an ounce of lime, Okay. Now this is where things get rather annoying. So you need to get some crushed ice. Okay, so somebody asked for one of these. On a side note, this is how we do our crushed ice. Generally, I think about people I don't like when I do this. Oh my God, this is in the middle of a shift. This can be really rather therapeutic. Because for Swizzle, Mojito, Julep, you need some good crushed ice. And as I don't have a crushed ice machine, because I have a very, very small bar, so I think about somebody that's pissed me off for the day. Let's think about bashing their fucking head in. There we go. Probably get in trouble for that on YouTube, but there you go. All right, there we go. Right. Okay. So, just show you how to do some crushed ice. Good little workout going on there. Right then. So here we go. We've got our rum, got our lime, we've got our sugar. Everything feels like you're going to be doing a mojito, but you're not actually. All right. Get your crushed ice in there. All right, this is where it gets fiddly. Now you do that, and that is it, the Swizzle. Now in the past, if you had the original Swizzle stick, it would have been adding a whole load of herbs and spices to this, okay? Unfortunately, 21st century, we don't really get that kind of stuff anymore now, but somebody does recreate these things. And yeah, they can cost quite a bit of money, depending on where you get them from, all right? I've seen solid silver ones from Tiffany's & Co, all right? You ready with this? $700. Do not spend that kind of money on a Swizzle stick. $10, $20 at a push, maybe, right? You don't need to do too much, okay? Then, top it up with some crushed ice, all right? Ooh. All right, there you go. Then what I do is get yourself a nice straw, a bit more ice, just a little. And we're going to do another video after this, which you'll either find on my TikTok or my Pinterest or on YouTube as well. Or we'll do one of the most amazing Swizzles of all time, the Chartreuse Swizzle. This is a Queen's Park, right? And then what you want to do is do a little Angostura cap over the top, all right? There you go. Then we get some more mint that I've got here. Ooh. God, it's like flower arranging again. It's like being with my mother. All right. Yes, my mother taught me flower arranging. It's rather useful. Just a little squeeze over the top like so. Get yourself a nice little dehydrated lime wheel. Boom. Of course, little tap of powdered cocaine. Get in trouble for that probably. Icing sugar. There you go. And that was the Queen's Park Swizzle. Enjoy. Now get home, off and get home safe. Thank you.